Hi, it's Gary. Welcome to today's video. Ink comparison days. Two inks, actually both made by Diamine, but both labelled differently. The first one is from Pure Pens, as I say, made for them by Diamine, and this is People's Charter. And I thought we'd compare that against one of their Inkvent inks. This is Mulled Wine. So join me now, down on the table. We'll take a look at the inks, look at the swatches, chromatography, do a writing sample, then I'll give you my thoughts on these inks. Welcome down to the table. Here we've got the two inks. So Diamine Mulled Wine, we'll look at these in alphabetical order, and D becomes before P, doesn't it? It's a standard ink from the Inkvent calendar. I think it was the Inkvent calendar of 2019. And then we've also got Pure Pens, the People's Charter. So I'm just going to turn that. This is a 30 milliliter sheening ink, actually made for them by Diamine. Now, this is part of a series of three inks. There's the People's Charter, there's Westgate Hotel, and there's John Frost. And these celebrate the 1939 Chartist uprising that occurred in Newport in South Wales, which is the town where Pure Pens is based. John Frost, one of the inks we're not looking at today, was the leader of a group of Chartists, and they marched from the Western Valley to Newport, and it ended up in a massacre outside the Westgate Hotel. That's the second ink, which is blue. John Frost is like a tealy colour. And that massacre was carried out by the army and the police. The Chartists, they were fighting for 6 updates to the democratic system in the UK. And on here, you can actually see the 6. So, a vote for every man, the ballot, no property qualifications, payments by members. I'm afraid I'm struggling to read the next two. Old man eyes, let me just get my loop. Okay, I managed to actually look at it. The last two are for equal constituencies and an annual parliament. So that's the Chartist series. Let's move these out of the way. And what we'll do is we'll fetch in the ink swatches for these. So we've got Mulled Wine, we've got the People's Charter. Mulled Wine, gorgeous, like crimsony burgundy colour. Very, very nice. I like this in a lot of pens. The pen that I use this in a lot is the Twisby Draco. Same with the People's Charter. I tend to alternate these two inks in that one pen. Look at the swatch here for the People's Charter. Got some hints of brown in here, but it's still very much, it's like a crimsony burgundy, slightly less red. Doesn't come out very well on here, but it's got a nice green sheen as well. You see it a little bit there in the word People's. It comes out better in the writing, which we'll look at in a few minutes. If we turn these over, look at the chromatographies. Big difference, isn't there? So, Mulled Wine, we've got grey at the bottom. We're going to pinks and then heading into purple. With the People's Charter, we've got like a really dark brown colour here. That's lying over some pink. Then we go into a nice deep purple and see quite a bit of brown coming out there as well. Let's move those out of the way. What we'll do is we'll fetch in our notepad of testing. This is my black and red notebook. This is Oxford Optic paper. So we'll write in order. So we're going to write first with Mulled Wine. My tool of testing, the Serendipity dip pen. There we go. Let's just dip that in, give it a nice drink, scribble off excess. So we've got Diamine Mulled Wine. I priced this up on the Pure Pens website. I've tried to price it up so both prices that I quote today came from the same place. And this was 13 Aussie dollars for 50 millilitres. 50 millilitres, which equals 26 cents per millilitre. So not the cheapest, not the most expensive I've used though. Now remember, these are quoted in Aussie dollars and the exchange rate does change daily. So it may be different even now from when I took these prices a couple of days ago. We'll write a sentence. I really do like this colour. a colour you could quite happily take into a business meeting, isn't it? Then I'm just going to, we're not testing flow, I'm just seeing how we go going across the page like this. Very nice. I'm just going to step away from the table. I'm going to give this nib and this pen a clean. And then when we come back, we'll look at the other ink. Just dropping in to interrupt your regular programming. Would you like to help support the channel? If so, please consider joining as a member. As a member, you'll get early access to my videos. I normally upload them a couple of days before they go out, and as soon as they're uploaded, they'll be released to members. There'll also be a shout out at the end of the videos, and then as we get the members coming in, we'll actually chat among ourselves and work out what other perks, what other things you'd like me to add in. You know, would you like maybe a monthly live chat just for members? All down to us. So please, if you can, consider joining the channel. A link will be in the description down below. So I'm back. Here we've got the pen. I've taken it all apart, given it a good clean. Pop that nib back on. Go get it lined up. In she goes. There we go. Just do that a little bit better. There we go. That's better aligned. And we'll have a go with the 6 points of the People's Charter. Let's see how this one writes. Hopefully the nib will fit in the bottle. Yeah, it does. So we've got here Pure Pens, People's Charter. Already looks a lot darker, doesn't it? I'll do the pricing on the next line. So when I priced this up, same day as I priced the other one, it was $9, $9 Aussie dollars for 30 millilitres. And that works out at 30 cents per milliliter. So actually a little bit more expensive than the mulled wine. Just move this up. We'll write a sentence. I do like the look of this ink. I like both the inks, to be honest. This is a problem. How do you pick between the two? You know, they're both very nice in slightly different ways. Then I'll just scribble my line. And then pop that pen into some water just to start cleaning it. Very nice. I can start seeing, I can see loads of green sheen coming through there. Move this to one side. We'll give that a chance to dry. Whilst it's drying, we'll take a look at this. This is my Galen Leather notebook. This is 52 GSM Tomoe River paper. It's the old Tomoe River paper. I've still got quite a few pages in this left, so I've got quite a while before I need to get another notebook for doing these tests. So what I do with this notebook is, for all my pen and ink combinations, especially those I like or I want to talk about on the stream, I do a page in here, just an A5 page. So we've got Diamine Mulled Wine in the TWSBI Draco. So TWSBI Draco, very nice pen, got a broad nib. Although it looks gold, it's not, it's just like gold plating. Very pretty pen though, very nice to look at. So in here, I say, you know, the combo inks works really well. We see plenty of shading. You know, I'm having my normal whinge about the Draco. The Draco's a pen I love to complain about. Still very nice. Look at this. Loads and loads of shading coming through. Down at the bottom, this is where, with this pen, I do have some issues with ink starvation. That was happening here. So I soon fix that. I just give it a couple of shakes. But nice colour. You can see the pink undertones there coming through. Now, the page next to it has actually got People's Charter, but it's in a different pen, so we won't bother comparing. What I'm going to do is jump backwards, and here we've got the TWSBI Draco with People's Charter. So again, same pen, same nib. Starting to see this is a lot darker, but in that darkness that hides. Let me try and get this. Hopefully you can see that. You see all that green sheen coming through on the page. Just trying different angles to see if I can capture that on the camera for you. To my eye, loads and loads of green in there. Very, very nice. Quite like this. Again, we're seeing some shading though coming through. You know, like green there, we've got loads. Sheen, we've got loads. Does, overpriced. Very nice. And if I try carefully I've lost my page. Page number 257. I should have left my page marker in, shouldn't I? There we are, 257. Can I get it? No, unfortunately, I can't really get it to come over so you can see them side by side. Not without really, maybe a little teeny bit, but not enough. Maybe you can make a little bit of a judgment from that. Not that much, though. So that's the Tomoe River paper. Let me pop this away. We'll fetch back in that notepad of testing. So the inks have dried now. So Diamine Mulled wine, fairly flat, one colour. Not a lot of variation, a little teeny bit of shading coming through, but again, not massive amounts. You can see here we've got some pinks coming through on here. With a Pure Pens People's Charter, beautiful green sheen. I do love the green sheen, and it really comes out in writing. I say it doesn't show up very well on the swatch card, but no matter what I've written in, you see loads of the green sheen. Can you see it there? Hopefully that's catching. As well as that green sheen, we've got loads of shading coming through as well. Quite a nice ink. I really do like this. I do end up using a lot of this ink. I haven't used a full bottle yet, but I've gone through maybe a third of the bottle in the last year. So I do use this fairly often because I quite enjoy it. I love this green sheen. I love green inks, and having this combination with the red base colour and the green sheen, I think looks very, very nice. So these are my thoughts on Diamine Mulled wine and Pure Pens People's Charter. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. What are your thoughts on these two inks? Do you have them? Have you ever compared them against each other? Love to know what people think about them. Please drop a comment down below. Are there any other inks worth comparing against these? Please hit the thumbs up button. Every time you like, every time you comment, just helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so that you can get new videos as I release them. I'll talk to you again soon.